It's Ray Foley here. Laura O'Mahony's over there.
Hello.
And ladies and gentlemen, he's the star of stage and screen. Big Brother star, reality TV. He was on the telly just last night, actually. Joining us on the line this morning, it's the one and only Hughie Maughan, everybody! Hello.
Hiya, good morning.
Good morning, sir. We've woken you up early this morning, have we?
Oh, it's grand, don't worry about it. I need to be woken up early every morning. Otherwise, if I sleep in, I kind of just jump up like somebody just let a grenade off, and I'm like all confused about where I am. So it's good that you have a bit of routine.
Will be your wake-up call. We'll call you every morning if you like, Hughie. No bother.
You can just call me every single morning, please.
We'll do that. Laura's here as well. Laura's watching the telly. Do you know what? She hasn't shut up, Hughie, all morning about how fantastic you look at the moment.
Thank you.
You look fabulous.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, amazing. The teeth, the hair, the everything. You look gorgeous.
Oh, it's all there. The teeth, the hair, the tan, everything. And none of it is mine.
Hey, man, whatever works. Whatever works. Come here. You were on the Eating with the Enemy last night. I want to get to that in a second. First, though, tell us about the attack. This was in the paper yesterday, the day before yesterday.
It was. Do you know what? I didn't even, because you get those imbeciles online that if somebody yesterday, I couldn't even believe it. Like, I normally don't even respond to trolls, but this is actually offensive. To set out, I'd said these things as a publicity stunt because it's going to be on the telly that evening, so I wanted to drum up a bit of activity online. Oh, for God's sake! But anyway,
well, people were saying that you were you were claiming that you were attacked because you were going to be on the telly.
But there's videos. You know what I mean?
It was an actual attack.
Yeah, and I posted some videos to find out who the young people were. And I said that, like, does anybody know who these are? Like, can you believe their behaviour and, like, telling people where they was? Because I wanted to make people around the area aware. There's got many kids going around doing this, and
yeah. I
never realised that a lot of people around the area was aware of them already because they're always doing this.
Okay.
So it was on Monday. I was just out for a walk, and I always go for a walk or a jog and stuff, and to help anxiety, and there's obviously exercise and whatever. And it's just my local area where I've lived my whole life, minding my own business. And there's a group of kids across the road where I was, and they were just kind of trying to get my attention. I looked over and I was like, "Hi, you okay?" or whatever. Took off my headphones and I was like, "Are you Hughie Maughan?" And I said, "Yeah." And automatically they all burst out laughing, jeering, said homophobic stuff, throwing rocks across the road. There was at least 10 to 15 of them, and just basically being vile, if you know what I mean. And that's why I then started a video, and like this was going on already, and then I started a video on for my own protection, and also I wanted to post them online because they just wouldn't go away. When I was like, just leave me alone, whatever, they wouldn't.
Do you feel that being in the public eye and being open about your sexuality and your background, do you think that has made you a target from the yobs like this, or little messers, or...
It will do, of course. Like, they were shouting Big Brother and all of this at me, and my ex-boyfriend's name and stuff, and
did they know you? Like, did they know you personally, or was it just off the telly? Or just,
God, no, they don't know me personally at all. I know of some of their family members, but I do think in this world, when you be yourself, when it comes to ignorant people, they sort of have, like, they have a thing in their head where it's sort of like you have the cheek to do what you want to do, sort of thing. That's the sort of attitude that they have when you kind of go against the grain and be yourself. So, yeah, that's probably the case, but I definitely don't have any regrets because I put myself in the media. I don't care what any person thinks. I'm a very strong person. I just feel sorry for others that aren't.
It seems like you're not letting it get you down anyway, man.
Definitely won't be. It did sort of in the evening time on Monday make me think back to when I was a kid, or like if that was a young person walking down the street who would be intimidated. I felt sad, but
and that's important as well. That's important to send that message to younger people as well.
It doesn't offend me, and it definitely makes me. You just get more resilient. Like, that to me is water off a duck's back. I've had that my whole life.
Yeah, fair play to you, man. Listen, let's talk about this Eating with the Enemy. You were on it last night on Virgin Media TV. the lady that you were, it seemed like that you were pretty cool with each other. There wasn't much enemy there, was there? Or what was the point of difference?
No. I just think the name is just a big kind of play on, like you're sleeping with the enemy or dancing with the devil or whatever, some sort. That's kind of like a name like that. It's just people with opposing views that kind of sit down and have a conversation together, or a conversation they might never normally have. But Maureen was fantastic. She's an activist. She works in a Travellers' Rights organisation. But it wasn't just about Maureen being a traveller. We were also two different generations. She's a lot more religious than I am and stuff.
Right.
So there's a lot of kind of opposing views between us. But in the end, I do think that she very much understood me, and she actually said to me she's going to include LGBTQ kind of work more in her work in her organisation now.
Right. And she wouldn't have done that previously because she was quite religious and conservative, is it?
Yeah, but weirdly enough, and it sort of proved my point, because I've always said these Travellers' Rights organisations never really show any diversity. So no wonder a lot of non-travellers still believe today that all travellers are the same. She is she's actually an activist for LGBT people. Like, she goes to Pride every year and everything. So she never had a problem with gay people. She wasn't actually judgmental at all.
Right.
That again would only be a stereotype because she's religious and reserved or whatever. They automatically assume these things.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. There's an awful lot of people that are religious that are perfectly accepting of gay people and that are fine with the LGBT.
The world is full of stereotypes. It's like everyone has views on travellers or women or men, gay men, black men or whatever. We just live in a world where humans get an inch and they take a mile. Unfortunately, look at it with the bloody pandemic. Everyone's one side or the other. No one's in the middle using the brain. Everyone's on one side calling everybody brainwashed, and everyone's on the other side calling everybody selfish and locking themselves up.
One point of division, though, Hughie. One definite point of one difference between the two of you. Between you and Maureen on the telly last was the glass of milk. I mean, that was...
Oh, God, yeah.
So
I was like, Maureen, Jesus, what are you doing, love? But that's what I was thinking, but I didn't say it like that. But when I was on first dates, your mum was drinking, but he wouldn't do shots or play drinking games or anything with me either. Like, I can never find anyone
you just
on
can't
TV to do this.
And also, this is the thing, it's a great excuse for a night out in a pandemic at the moment. It's the only chance you get to go out.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's a perfect loophole to have a good time.
Yeah, I'd go out for dinner. Come here, the real question everyone will want to know: who has the best dinner, RTE or TV3?
Who had the best food? I think it was probably TV3. Yeah.
Whoa! Hughie, it's fantastic to talk to you, man. Hopefully you're all right after that attack earlier in the week, and you certainly seem to be in good spirits anyway. And
I'm fine, thanks.
What are we going to see you on next, or what's next in the pipeline?
So I've just started doing some training in the aesthetics industry. So that's where I'm building myself up to. And that's what I want to do. I want to have my own business and stuff. And I can't wait till the pandemic is over and just come out and get drunk and kiss loads of boys and just do all those things. We'll
all live our lives again. Hughie Maughan, thanks so much for taking our call this morning. You're up now. We'll call you again tomorrow morning about 8:10. Is that right?
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Cheers, my love. Listen, mind yourself. Stay safe, man. Bye.
Hughie
Maughan, what a legend.